Hello, hello, hello. God, I'm gonna put some lip gloss on. I'm not gonna lie, I am not feeling hot today, and I really didn't want to get up and do this video. The last thing I wanted to do was turn the camera on and talk, because I know there's gonna be a lot of editing, I can't even speak. I know there's gonna be a lot of editing in this video, but I made a commitment to myself that I was going to show up at least once or twice a week for you guys, and I am sticking to that promise because consistency is key. A really valuable lesson that I've learned recently is that if you do not break away from bad habits that are holding you back, then you're going to be stuck in a loop. And I feel like I've been stuck in a loop for the longest time, just living in a simulation that isn't working in my favor. And the only way to break free from that reality is to cultivate healthier and better habits for yourself. You know that feeling where you just feel like crap for no reason, and you've got a bunch of things on your plate and you just cannot bring yourself to get it done because you are feeling a lack of motivation. You've got that project that you need to complete. You've got a workout you need to squeeze in because you know you'll feel great and you want to stay on top of your fitness goals. Or you've got other commitments, or even just small things that you have to get done throughout the day, like taking out the garbage or not hitting that snooze button and just getting up and facing the day. Sometimes those tasks, big or small, can be very difficult to face, especially when we're not feeling inspired to do them. But the problem that we face here is that you are waiting for motivation to kick in to finally take action and control of your life. What if I told you the reason why you're stuck isn't because of a lack of motivation, but because your brain is keeping you exactly where you are? Your habits, your thoughts, your comfort zone, they're all part of a neurological loop that resists change. But here's the thing, you can rewire your brain. You can train your brain to think, act, and perform as a version of yourself who already has their dream life. Today I'm going to show you how rewiring your brain is key to growth. And the fastest way to do it is by acting like your future self today. So let's understand the brain a little bit. The brain is designed for efficiency, not growth. Every time you repeat a behavior, for example, checking your phone when you're supposed to be focused on work, or hitting the snooze button when you're supposed to be getting up at that time, your brain actually strengthens those neural pathways. It's kind of like walking into a field and following the same path in a loop over and over again. The more you do it, the deeper the trail gets. So when you try to change and you say, yeah, tomorrow I'll go to the gym, I'm not feeling like it today, or tomorrow I'll eat healthier, or tomorrow I'll start my New Year's resolution, or tomorrow I'll take out the garbage, so on and so forth, your brain resists. Not because you're lazy, but because you're stuck in an old trail and it's become a habitual state of mind for you to be in. In order to grow and evolve, you have to let go of the old trail that you've been following and create a new path for yourself. And that's essentially what rewiring means. It's teaching your brain that the new way is the preferred way. Here's the most powerful and mind-blowing part of this whole thing. Your brain actually can't distinguish between imagination and an experience. So when you visualize and start behaving like your future self, the one who's focused, disciplined, successful, who shows up as their true authentic self, then the brain starts building the identity now. Every time you make a decision your future self would make, for example, saying no to distractions, or showing up to the gym even if you feel like crap, or having difficult conversations that you've been putting off, all of those things will build up to creating and reinforcing a new identity for yourself. Think of it like this, your future self isn't waiting for you at the finish line waving a victory flag. They're built one choice at a time in the present moment. You don't become that version after you succeed. You succeed because you're becoming that version right now. Here's where most people get stuck, including myself. I'm not gonna lie, I used to be the type of person who would put things off and just say I'll get it done tomorrow and it'll just never happen. And I had to really learn to change my personality and really learn to be honest with myself. And it's not an easy thing to do, but it has to be done if you want to see big change in your life. Here's the problem that we're facing. We're waiting to feel ready in order to take action. But the brain doesn't change from thinking, it changes from doing. I actually had a huge aha moment with my mom. And you know how Asian mamas are, they're very honest, and I love that about her. She did say to me, like, listen, you can read all the self-help books you like, and they're very beneficial to one's growth, but they're completely useless if you're not putting it into action. If you keep delaying tasks that are supposed to propel you forward, then you are continuing to build this identity of someone who avoids rather than grows. So how do we change this? That is the burning question. I think the easiest way to go about it, because everyone is going to be very different and unique in terms of their goals and what they're wanting to achieve and how they view their future self. But if your future self wakes up early, don't hit the snooze button. Snooze button? Yeah, don't hit the snooze button. Just wake up at that time. Put your phone across the room or get a Lumi. I love my Lumi because I wake up to like birds chirping, going chirp, chirp, chirp. If your future self is organized and they have a tidy space, then dedicate 1 or 2 days a week to tidy your home, declutter, because you know what they say, clean home, clear mind. If your future self takes care of their health, then make one healthier choice today. Start small and then build up to it. And I think the best book for you to get if you're interested in changing your habits and creating an amazing life for yourself is Atomic Habits. You've probably heard of this book. And he says that you have to start off small, because if you really throw yourself into the deep end, and I have that kind of personality where I'm all or nothing. I don't have like a happy medium, but it's important to start off small and then gradually build up to the bigger stuff. Each of those choices you make fires a new neural pathway, and the more you repeat them, the stronger they get. Sorry, I almost struggled there. I need a bit of water. Water break. And that is how you rewire your brain. By acting your way into a new identity. And if you're an actor, this will be very easy for you, because just create a new character for yourself and just embody that character. And it's the role you've always wanted to play. Your brain is plastic, it's adaptable, it's always learning. The question is, what are you teaching it to become? Every day you're given a choice to reinforce the old version of yourself or to build that new version of yourself. The one who is consistent and intentional with their actions. Not the person who says, someday, tomorrow, or when I feel inspired, because you're never going to feel ready to take action. You just have to go in scared. So if you want to move forward, start acting like that version of yourself today. And the moment you do, your brain will follow. Change isn't easy. It never is. You either have the discomfort of staying the same, or you have the discomfort of change. It's up to you to pick which one that you want to go for. And yeah, they both hurt, but only one of them moves you forward. And for me personally, I would take change any day, because I don't want to look back on my life and think, what if I had just taken that chance? What if I had just, taken a risk and challenged myself and done things differently? What would my life look like today if I had just taken that chance? I'd rather take that leap, bet on myself, and see what's on the other side, because you only get one life. And if you're not living it as your best self, then what's the point?